Is the sheep preaching hate when he says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore? If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking him over the head, stop him. Do whatever you have to do to stop him. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
Black skin, white mask. Already know that life gets hard. And they say that we're used to the harshness. If it wasn't for the pain, I'd laugh. Truth is, we knew about light before dark. Turned music to art and taught everyone to dance. And still no chance. Freedom must be too much to ask. Bleeding from the ache in my heart. Sometimes I wish it was whites in the middle like France. No, I'm not racist, just jarred. Got hate before bush, not plants. They say we should leave it all in the past, but my brother's still dying on the end, so I can't. So if my attitude stinks, don't ask, cause a hashtag won't help you understand my stance. Fuck a melody, this is real rap if you ever see. Head hot, cause the system won't let me be. Tell me how I thrive in a place that don't cherish me. And they wonder why we all need therapy. Pre the energy, yeah, just another nigga to Penelope. And they don't get it how we bottom of the barrel and still drip sauce on the world, no recipes. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
We are oppressed, we are exploited, we are downtrodden, we are denied not only civil rights but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy.
Forgive me if you don't understand. Sorry, I'm just misunderstood. Punished if I try to take a stand. Meanwhile, my friends dying in the hood. And you can say that we're killing ourselves, but truth is they're killing us still. How you saying Black Lives Matter, but never took a moment to help? Just a trend that you post for yourself. And yeah, it takes a toll on my health, cause I want wealth like everyone else. But it's 10 times harder for me, and they wonder why my brothers put food on a scale. Yeah, when I die, I'll see heaven, that's real. Cause we already living in hell. Wish I could share all the pain I felt. Oh well, I guess I won't speak till my scars do heal. I just wanna be black with a mill. Yeah, that's for every time I had no meals. Cause my mother couldn't keep up the bills. With a handful of kids, no home, just a cell. And I don't care if conscious don't sell. Knowledge brings height to an elf. Went from sitting on thrones to a cell. Been blessed, man, it wasn't by chance we fell. Weight of the world on my shoulders, all the pressures in life still tightly holding me. Pour libation for all of the fallen soldiers, but the pain still goes unspoken. They want us to stay broken, never gonna fall, fuck folding. I see my people lost hope, shit, don't you know we all been chosen.
Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Yeah, this is real life. Kaa kimya skia. Real talk. We're coming from the ghetto. Kinondoni, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania mpaka UK. The world finest. Yeah, pambana kijana. Life is too hard, life is too short. Shao kwa nangocha ghetto. Usikate tamaa. Jua kwamba ipo siku tutatoboa. Tutatoka. Gang for life.
I am the true name.
Blessed love, family. Blessed love. How you doing this week? How has your week been? I see all the mods are in, or a couple of them anyway. Blessed love, all the regulars. Blessed love family. What a week it has been. What a couple of weeks it's been, honestly. It has been crazy. I hope you guys are okay. We've had a bit of a late start tonight because my internet is completely down right now. Yeah, it's down. But I have tethered from my phone and I'm hoping it's going to hold out. It might even be a better signal, you know. Is the signal all right, guys? Can you lot hear me and see me well? I'm feeling like the signal is even better than my normal Wi-Fi signal, to be fair, because it ain't great around here. It really isn't. I'm still checking on the other monitor if it is back. But anyway, forget all of that. What have we got to talk about? It's going to be a fairly short live. Places to go, things to do and all that. But we have to have a conversation because there's people that think that they can intimidate the His Time Is Up family and they can intimidate me. And that isn't actually going to wash, is it? No. Of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. All is well, love, peace and unity. Miss Hurricane Toya, you guys don't know every time the soldiers are in and those that we can see and cannot see, actually, because we've had a protocol ever since the protagonists with their buttle face, if you ever one bullfrog, decided that they wanted to target people. There were those amongst us that preferred to be in the clouds. We've got two things in it. It's in the bushes and in the clouds. In the clouds are my people who cannot be seen. And in the bushes are all those who are sitting around watching, like the likes of the little rat doing what they're doing. Let me tell you something, Rat, because I know you jumped on there. You're totally obsessed with me. And I don't probably think that you fancy me or anything. I think you're obsessed because you ideate about violating me and murdering me. That's what I think. I think that you ideate about that ever since you saw that video in 2020. Because guess what? You're used to dominating women. You're used to distressing women. And you're used to doing as you please with women. And one of the things that I think is mashing up Vincent Rat Atkins is the fact that it is women that have taken back the ground from him in Brixton. Guys, take a look at what I'm about to show you because it came in my inbox. First, there was the one that he did in Windrush Square, which I think I showed you guys last week, and I put it up like clips of it and stuff on the gram. Yeah. And then I think it was this morning, someone sent it to my WhatsApp, and then another, and then another. And then I looked on Insta, and it was full up in my inbox. Because what he doesn't seem to understand with the few little views that he got is that most of those views are my people looking and watching for anybody that wants to violate. Have you seen it, AD? He's got no shame. But we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss His Time Is Up March 2024, which is happening next week, Saturday, on the 2nd of November. Yeah? That's what's going on. Which reminds me of something that I need to do around that. But anyhow, you got it in one, sis. Absolutely. Let me share it with those people that haven't seen it, and we'll take it from there. I'm hoping you guys, I'm coming through because it says here that my connection is unstable. Yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but I'm going to make it a quick one because the internet ain't right. And, you know, one doesn't want to done out one's data at the end of the day. So give me a chance and I'm going to show you guys what it is that we have to endure. And then we're going to deconstruct it. That's what we're on here for tonight. Yeah. I'm deliberately holding back cases until we get to the square and we do what we need to do. Yeah. There's a lot of elements at play here tonight, my people. A lot. A hell of a lot. I'm laughing because it is actually literally hilarious, but we're going to break it down anyway. It's 17 minutes long, guys. So really, please be very careful. It's 17 minutes long. You know, it's 17 minutes long. What can I say? People, honestly, I swear to God. I got to tell my girls to quieten down because I'm... Put up a one if you can hear my girls in the background. They're literally outside my door. They've just gone quiet because I think they've heard me. I can hear them, but can you guys hear them? Put up a one if you can hear them. Oh, hold on, guys. Girls, you can be heard. Some people can hear you, some people can't. You know when you were younger and your big sister's getting ready to dress up herself and go out on the town and you're the little sister and you're sitting there watching everything? That's kind of what's happening at the moment. I remember those days. I had two big sisters and yeah, I remember those days. Right. Let's keep it serious, because actually it is really serious. And I want you to put in the comments before I go to it, what is it about what he says, yeah, going forward, when you listen to it, what is it about what he says that you believe, because I know what I spotted, that you believe is just so self-destructive and is going to bury this man? Tell me what you pick up on. Yeah.
The true creator of the universe. And I'm going to also say I give thanks and praise for my mom and dad. And the needs Afua Rose. This video is to you because you've been in this community for a little while now, and all you're doing is mixing up our community. Now I'm asking all the community who knows that this woman has come to mix up our community is to come forward, and we're going to expose her, to ban her from any future march in Brixton, because all she's doing is causing pure mix-up for family and friends. Today is what, the 24th of October 2020. Is it the 24th today? Or the 20 or the 21st? What's the date today, mate? 24th? 23rd. Yeah, the 23rd of October. Denise Rose, may I come for you now? Because this is the power. You've been mixing up the community too much. Yeah. Tune, Glenn, you're on this. Woo! Yes. You pause it. Yes, Denise Afua Rose. I'm coming for you now because you've been telling so much lies in our community for 4 years now. And it's about time someone gets you off all platforms of social media. And I'm asking all members of the public who wants to get involved in stopping this person from telling lies and calling out people's name with no actual facts. So we're going to put a stop to all this. And I will also be doing more videos to update on what has been going on, because all these so-called churches, mosques, community centers, who's allowing all these kind of things to happen in our community. They're there to help our community, but what are they really doing? We need them to come together, stand firm, and stop people like that who is just coming to uproot our community. Enough is enough. Our time is up. Denise Afua, your time is up now. You had your little cronies out there on the 19th of October at so-called 12 o'clock, where you're supposed to have been having a march demonstration, but you lied to the public, right? You lied to the public. You didn't have more than 10 people what came to Empire Windrush Square. You didn't have more than 10 people, and you've told them to video me, not to say nothing to me until I'm walking away, and then you told them to shout. That's very good, because I've walked from JD Sports all the way onto the square, filming everything, and your cronies didn't have nothing at all to say to me. But as soon as I walked away and went to the library, they started zooming me and shouting, "You are so great, you are so great," right? Because all you've got to do is the right thing, actual facts, but you ain't got no actual facts. You're just living on a dream world. What has my tracksuit got to do with anything? What has my hair got to do with anything? You are fooling your followers. You need to wake up and leave people's name alone. Brixton Police Station, when you listen to this also, are you gonna be helping this person cause pure confusion in the community against one another and also against you as police officers? You need to make sure you help get her off of all social media. And everybody else, Double D, I ain't forgetting you, also Double D, Rapa Parker, Rapa Crapper, whatever your name, and anybody else who feel they want to be putting up any video on people. Every one of them forget ban off of social media. I am Vincent Atkins, and I am very powerful. So let's do this in peace without resulting to any more bad feelings in the community. Just do everything under the quiet if you want to, and get the actual facts and bring it to the police station and let them deal with it. Come off of social media. Come off of social media. Anyway, I'm going to give thanks and praise to the true creator of the universe, the Most High. Also, my mom and dad, because never forget the roots, where I've come from. My ancestor spirit is within me. I know what's going on, and everybody else around knows. So who is for me? I want you to be for me and show me that you're for me. I don't want you to just say yes and you really mean no. I'm not begging no help anyway, but I'm just saying. Or are you going to wait until your family gets called out, then you want to be saying anything? So all the families and friends who's being affected by Denise, Afra, Denise Rose, we need to be coming together now and make sure she gets off social media. Amen. We are going to ban Denise, Afra Denise Rose, from all social media. I am Vincent Atkins. The time is now 1:10. That's the time. Where is all your 30 victims now in these Afro Rose? Why isn't it you can't get two of them to go and give statement into Brixton Police Station so I can be interviewed? Because all your storyline is pure lies. And you need to wake up and stop dreaming. I bawled you out in 2018 at the Nation of Islam building, where you was talking about let's have a march, and I shut you down in April 2018 and said, no, we are not having no march in April 2018 at the Nation of Islam building, where there was over 200 members of the public in the meeting. So why didn't you bawl me out there? Why? Because you're lying. The reparation march, when I roadblocked and stopped the traffic in Brixton, you was a speaker there. Why didn't you bawl me out? You was a speaker when I stopped the traffic in Brixton at the reparation march, the 1st of August 2020. You didn't bawl me out. Why? Then 3 months later, you got together and you conspire together and put out a video by November 26, 2020. Anyway, I shall be updating more on all the other wrongs this person has done and leading members of the public astray. How can you just cancel a big event like that on Saturday and you don't even tell your followers? You didn't even take a picture in Empire Windrush Square or do a little video and show them and tell them I've cancelled because of a family problem, whatever. Because maybe there wasn't no family problem. You just use that as an excuse because no one turned up. Just like at Lewisham, there was only 15 of your so-called cronies at Lewisham police station. So that just shows you that you haven't got nothing sensible to say. You're just a joker, right? And you're just full of shit, and you stink so much that your flies, your followers, smell it, and it sweet them so much that they're following you. Because you know flies always follow the stinking shit. And that's what you are, Afro Rose. You are just a stinking piece of shit with all your stinking fly followers. So all I'm saying, keep my name out of your mouth and come with actual facts, because all you're doing is leading everyone astray. I will update more in the next video. So as soon as this one goes out, I shall be updating on more information, because there's so much information on what this person has done within the community, and she's just put there to cause pure problem. Where are the churches who's helping in the community? Where are the Muslims who's supposed to be helping in the community? Where is the Nation of Islam who's supposed to be helping in the community? All the so-called community leaders, where are you? Where are you? You're nowhere. But as soon as cameras come, you lot want to jump around saying, yes, I'm community leader. Community leader what? You better come properly, come correct, and get together and stop these people mudding up our community, because that's all they're doing, mudding up our community. We need to put a stop to all this. The true creator of the universe, the Most High. Mom, Dad, love you because you know you're the foundation alongside my ancestors. I've never disrespect my mom and dad, and anyone who disrespects their mom and dad, they have no morals. Don't care how hard they at it with their mom and dad. Your mom and dad is you. So once you diss your mom and dad, you are dissing yourself if you are a part of your mom and dad. I've never dissed my mom and dad. Never. But yet still, all you lot want to do is to diss. And then you say you're sensible. How can you be sensible? And you're dissing yourself. You're dissing yourself. Anyway, as I said, another video will be done soon. 23rd of October 2024. The time is 1:15. Afro Rose, the community is coming for you now. You've had long enough in the limelight, and my name ain't gonna carry you no more. Get off my name. Get off my name.
Guys, get off my name. Your name hasn't been carrying this movement, and your name, take your name out of my mouth, out of your mouth. Take my name out of your mouth, he's saying. Vincent Dutty Bumberclark Rat. Like I said in 2024, there you go. It's in my mouth. And guess what? It hasn't really been in my mouth too much since 2020, because we've had to deal with all the other dross that come out of that place that you thought you were the king of. You understand? You're the one who has been making yourself relevant by turning up at marches, turning up at police stations, turning up anywhere I am, and keeping yourself relevant. I think he loves the celebrity. Well, there you go, right? You've got all the views now because I've put you on a decent platform with decent numbers. Yeah? What community? The community that you terrorized for 40 years. The community that you shook down with protection rackets and whatever else was going on. Where's your crew? Why are you always on your ones? Where's the Rat Pack? Huh? Where's your holy papitli them that you sired from young girls? Where are they? Why are you always on your ones? And you see how the tracksuit thing bun him? Do you see that he just went and got a brand new one from JD Sports for this reason? I can't with this guy. He's completely deluded. Yeah? It bun him, us telling him about the dirty tracksuit. Well, I'm glad it motivated you to change it. We can see it's new. It's white. It's so obvious. It's a new tracksuit. And you know what? He went and got it off of the mannequin in JD Sports. You know that mannequin they call the Roadman one on their website? Yeah, he's got the man bag, the gloves. He's showing us he's got a hood. I got a new tracksuit. You are absolutely pathetic. This is not personal to you. I don't know you from Adam, Vincent Rat. Yeah, you're not my perpetrator. Yeah, you could have been, because you wouldn't even remember that you saw that 15-year-old girl at an all-dayer in Roundwood Park, and you were sat, your man then was on the gates with the dogs and the whatever, and you were sat in a car with a brother in 1980, whatever it was, and I was a schoolgirl, and I shouldn't have been there, actually. I was leaving my area to come to this area when I wasn't allowed. Yeah? And you called after me and my friend, and she was going to go over to the car, but I recognized you because I already had links in Brixton, even from that young age, through studio and whatever, and I've been told about you. It's lies. Why didn't you choose to call me out? Hello? I was in the mosque in I don't even think it was 2018. I do believe it could have been before that. I can't remember. It was before that. I was speaking or whatever. It was a discussion that he's talking about. Why didn't you tell him about the fact that you saw me being dragged out of the mosque by my baby father, covering up my mouth, because he knew, you didn't know, but he knew that I was about to say something, because I have very deep roots with the Nation of Islam. And from way back in the 80s, in its inception, at Carlton Hall, which is now the Buddhist temple, round the back of where Red Records used to be. I can't remember the name of that road. Brixtonians will tell me. Yeah, that whole big house thing. Yeah, that's where the nation started. It was at Carlton Hall they used to have those meetings in the 80s and the 90s, while you were still noncing your way through the community and robbing and killing your way through the community and snitching for the police. You're a damn informant about I've been sent. Who sent me? Because I tell you one thing, whatever ancestors you're calling on, they come from the deepest, darkest pit of hell. So call them as you please, because I know what light I'm dealing with. We deal with light. We don't need D. Lawrence and guard rings. We deal with light. And we're not frightened of you because we know the God we serve. How dare you call on the Creator? Yeah, you're not frightened. He will smite you for your works. Have you repented? Because repentance is what is key to all of this. And I don't come with facts. Well, guess what, Vincent Rat? And where are, before the facts, where are the 26 women? It weren't 30, it was 26 that dared to show themselves, because we know there's a lot more. Do you understand? And they did go, and they did not trust Brixton Police because they know that you are in their pocket, that you're their whipping boy. They know that, and they didn't trust them. And they know you, and they are scared of you. You know full well why people don't come forward and talk about you, Vincent Rat. And you know what? All you can get is your kind. All you can get is the same people that do the same things like you, barling innocence when they know damn well that they're guilty. And that's the only support you're going to get. Because guess what? The silent majority who are frightened of you are definitely supporting me. They tell me in my DMs all the time, you're begging friend. That's what you're doing. Why are you trying to beg friend in the community? It's not going to go very well. Do you understand? No, take time. He's made threats to me. Did anybody hear the threats? Did anybody hear the threats? Why are you pumping iron and trying to show strength and tell me you're coming for me and that I'm a piece of shit and all the rest of it? I'm not having a bar of that. You are threatening me. Vincent Rat. And because you're Vincent Rat, because of your nasty works and the fact that you have terrorized the community, I take that very seriously, actually. And you've made the mistake this time of putting it on social media. You're not very clever, are you? And I'll tell you another thing, Vincent Rat. You're not actually very articulate enough to lead our community. You're an actual kunamuno, is what my father would call you. A kunamuno. And you're barely literate and you're barely audible in what you're saying. I can barely even figure it out. I don't even know what he's on about, people. I really don't. I don't know what he's on about, you know, but we're not scared of you. And that's what you need to understand. You don't intimidate me, pumping iron. Yeah. I was married to a gym man for God knows how many years. And that's not how you do bench press. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. That's all I've got to say. My phone's gone off. Really, you know, guys, what is that? And what is it that imagine that? And that's just light. That's just light work. Light work. Imagine what his victims feel when they see him prancing around the community doing that. Put everybody else to one side, because I don't actually know most of the victims. You understand? I don't know them personally. I'm not from Brixton. You know, took you a long time to figure that out. I'm not from Brixton. And that's the reason why, in the first instance, you didn't know which school I went to. You didn't know where my mum lived, my mum and dad lived. You didn't know none of those things. And that frustrated you, because you would have definitely been around there trying to burn down our house, like you did with that little 12-year-old baby mother of yours that you ended up making your son die because you set the house alight trying to cover your nasty tracks. Don't try it. Don't try it. And those people are very intimidated of you. They will not talk. You understand? Not to the people they're supposed to. But there are those who are. And the police can say what they want. It takes many years to bring a man like him to justice. Imagine if it takes 4 years to bring this one to justice. Let me find him. Because, guys, next week on the 5th, or is it the week after? It's the beginning of the week after. Vincent Rat, Punroy is going to go on trial. So we're telling lies on him as well, are we? He's going on trial with evidence that we brought out. This guy, 5th of November, guys, if you want to sit in on that trial or you want to support outside, let me know. There's only a certain amount of space in the public gallery. And we definitely want to be supporting that family and carrying that through. We were the first people to break that story. We were the first people to share some of the evidence, not all, but some. And this guy is finally getting justice after 4 years, because he was literally, I believe, the first person that we called out following Vincent Rat. So that's 4 years ago. And it's taken that one guy with his one victim, which was his daughter. It's taken them 4 years to get that to court. So imagine a guy like Vincent Rat that has got so many victims. How long do you reckon that's going to take? It took them how many years to get Jimmy Savile's story out? It took them nearly 10 years to investigate Epstein. This guy's delusional. Yeah, stay there, think that you're off the hook, because you are certainly not off the hook. And all you're doing with these actions is renewing the impetus. Yeah, enabling me to make fresh calls for that to happen. And let me tell you, the nature of this thing, these women are going to stop being afraid to speak out. And to be honest, they stopped being scared of you in 2021. When the women themselves, a lot of those women that were shouting pedo at you and rapists and all the rest of it, they were your victims. You just didn't recognize them because they've grown up. Many of them were your victims, and you damn well knew some of them too. Yeah? But put all of those sisters aside for one moment, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. Let's just talk about 2 of your victims, seeing as I'm lying. Who is Davika Dawes, Rat? Because I know you're watching, you're here. The numbers jumped up the minute I started watching that video, showing that video, because his people are all sharing. Yeah? You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And you know you're an idiot. And we're not afraid to call you out for what you are. Yeah? But what we're not going to do, we've never threatened you apart from to try to get you to justice with the system and the police. We've never threatened you. Yeah? We've never called you a piece of shit. But we call you by your name, Vincent Rat. Isn't that what you called yourself? Yeah? We call you by your works according to what your community has told us about you. I'm not from Brixton. So how so many Brixton women are talking about you? Isn't that your community? Certainly isn't my community necessarily, unless we bring it out wider, because all of it is our community. But if we're really going to whittle it down, Brixton ain't my community. So why did it take a woman outside of Brixton to come and talk what it is that everybody knows? You know why? Because you couldn't get to me. You couldn't get to me at that time. Yeah? The people of Brixton were too shook of you to ever talk about you. Yeah? But let's talk about Davika Dawes. Let's talk about your son, Emmanuel Atkins. Seeing as you are Vincent Atkins, let's talk about your boy, Emmanuel Atkins. How old were you, Vincent, when you impregnated Honey Dawes' daughter, Half a Penny's niece? How old were you? You were a big, crusty man, because that girl is probably, I don't know, 30s, 40s maybe. I swear you're in your 70s, 60s, 70s. So people do the maths. And we done it. I'm gonna dig out that live. Years ago it was now, when you started chatting your foolishness then. We dug out and got the profiles of both the son, Emmanuel, and the baby mother. And we compared the date of births that those two people who don't know me and I don't know them had prior to had on their profiles. And we showed the date of births and we did the maths. She was 13 going on 14 when you impregnated her. Yeah? She was 13 going on 14 when you impregnated her and 14 going on 15 thereabouts when she had your son, Emmanuel. And it was, I brought that story out because it was so much a part of Brixton legend and how Honey chased you around Summer Leighton when she got out of jail and found out what you'd done to her girl. Don't try it. And then there's your goddaughter. That was Brixton legend when your wife, Valerie, bought the bloodied sheets that you deflowered the little girl on and paraded around Brixton, calling the little girl a hoe. She's as bad as you, as we know. Well, how old was your wife's goddaughter when you deflowered the child? Let's talk about that one. You can't run from those. Yeah? And actually, let us talk about my baby father's sister, Big Nasty's, baby father's sister, Big Nasty's mum, and that 40-year secret that we brought out threw a whole hand grenade into my daughter's family. Yeah? So we're not partial to who we call out and who we don't. You know you're Michael Lindo, a.k.a. Cluffy's dad. He's best friends with your son, Sean. Don't fuck about. It's ridiculous. What you're doing is ridiculous. And I don't know if in your old age you're suffering from Alzheimer's and you're actually believing your own hype. Yeah? But there's just too much that you've done, brother. You will not be going to heaven. And I'll tell you why. Because you have never repented. You're doing this. You're going on like you're some sort of victim or you're right. You can't be wrong and strong like that in life, brother. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. And then asking about the churches. We'll talk about the church you got kicked out of, rat. Talk about that church. Yeah? The thing is, apart from calling you out and supporting the victims, I've never really gone down and really gone in with you the way I have with other people. Because we will find those churches. And I'm going to find that gym that you've made that video from. And then you're going to find out what time it is. Because what you've just done is a crime. Yeah? It's a crime. And I want to see if these people that wanted to try to arrest me for putting up a thumbnail about Mitzi June and all the rest of it, I want to see what they're going to do about this, because they damn well sure better do something. The man's made direct threats to me online. You're not very clever, are you, rat? And I notice he's trying to lose the name rat. I'm Vincent Atkins and I am powerful. Powerful to who? To your victims, you might seem powerful. Yeah? And I don't just mean the women. What about the men that you've maimed? What about the alleged shooting? Like I say alleged for the reasons of this platform, because we all know. Yeah? Talk about Stratford Rex. What did you do there? We've talked about all this before. You got kicked out of the church. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Don't make me have to bring the pastor to bear witness, because I will go in. Do you understand? It's enough already. This guy, and you know what? I don't rate Brixton people, because they should be keeping it up the ante. All I can do yeah, is raise the awareness. I'm not the one that has to encounter this man on the streets of Brixton on a daily basis. Yeah? We already know you can't come over our sides with your foolishness. You got run out of Tottenham how many times back in the day? In fact, I remember somebody licking a shot after you at the Khalid Mohammed event because some unscrupulous person, after Farrakhan had turned his back on Dr. Khalid, some unscrupulous person decided to book you and Rat Security to join our detail because they were so scared that Nation Man wasn't going to protect Dr. Khalid that we needed extra security. And within our organizations, we were joined with some dudes in Manchester doing that work. Some idiot booked him. And I remember saying at the time to somebody, I don't remember who the hell booked him? That security there should not be at this door with these works. And you turned back a certain person and you don't even know my connection to that person, do you? But you turned him back because you didn't like him from the roads. He's a farm man. Hmm? And what did that farm man do to you, Rat? He sent up a desert eagle under your backside. That's what he did. And you had to take yourself back across the water. You're an idiot. And I said in the first video, you might be Brixton's bogeyman, but you are not our bogeyman. Yeah? I've seen you run out of Broadwater Farm with gunshot under your backside. So don't go on like you can scare us because we're not from your side of the water. You're not our bad man. That's what you need to understand. And anyone can be bad, Rat. Anyone. Do you understand? You just spent your time terrorizing the people of Brixton and they allowed you to. We could never figure it out on our side of the water. Like, why are they letting this one man just, like, they worship him? You understand? You got no chuck. And now that Brixton ain't yours anymore, yeah, it belongs to the white man. What are you going to do? Go and try and take over bloody Croydon? Because it seems like that's the only thing for it. I certainly tell you one thing. Many of your victims were in that square in 2021 at the first march, and they are not scared of you either. Yeah? Don't worry. Don't worry. Because all you are doing is upping the ante on yourself. I haven't been the one terrorizing the community for how long? He says, why didn't you say something at the reparations march? This is why I know the man ain't got no sense. We marched, yeah, Forever Family. Now, I'm in a big army full of people, 60 people there that day or whatever it was. And we rallied from Clapham Common, right? We marched all the way down Acre Lane and then into Windrush Square. When you see the videos of him at the march, he's further up the Brixton Road doing some kind of madness for himself, blocking buses, and God knows what that was about, arguing with police officers. Excuse me, but we were on point. We were drilling. We were an army. You were there on your ones trying to make yourself known as usual. Why would I have seen you up the Brixton Road when I was coming down Acre Lane, idiot? I wouldn't have seen you to confront you. You understand? And it's an opportunity thing for me. I don't see you. You're not on my mind at that time. It's if I see you, like I saw you in the baby father's car one day and you said hello to him. You probably don't even remember that. It was so fleeting and passing for you. But I remember it. Back around 2007, baby father who's from Brixton didn't know that I, little old East London girl, knew this guy. Knew of him, should I say. Yeah? He didn't know that. So when you pulled up at the lights in Acre Lane, Rat, and you looked into the car and you hailed what was to become my baby father, he wasn't at that point. Yeah? And I remember, because I didn't see who pulled up, I just remember the way he shrunk and went, wagwan. And I thought, oh, it must be one of his mum's friends or something. You know when someone humbles to such a level? And when I looked through the window, it was you, Rat. And you hailed me as you would, innit? Like a guy says hello and the girl's in the car, yeah, what? That type of thing. And I looked you up and down through the car window, because if you imagine, he's on the driver's side on that side, I'm on this side, the car's pulled up next to us. So naturally, my side and Rat's side is going to be closest. But he's hailing him across me. And then he's held me. So I've looked at him, seen who it is, and I've looked him up and down, kissed my teeth, and turned my back, give him like that, and looked at the baby father. He's gone mad. He's hit the gas, bust the red lights at Acre Lane, onto Cold Harbour Lane, didn't stop till we got to Camberwell. And I'm cussing him, saying, what's that? Why are you not allowing this man? He's going, you don't know them people, Afua, you got to be... And I'm going, no. After him, I know God. I have a faith that is unwavering. Yeah? I've told this story many, many times from the age of 8 years old. When I was in primary school, we had this little African boy, a very tall African boy, actually. He's taller than the rest of the kids, that used to punch you up and take your sweets. He used to thump me in my back and take my cola cubes. And one day at 8 years old, I decided I'd had enough of that. And I liked my cola cubes. So I took the meter stick in the classroom. It was wet play. Yeah. Teachers weren't about. And I battered him with the meter stick. And from that day till this, Vincent Rat, I have never suffered another bully since. You are a bully and we don't do bullies. So do you think that I'm afraid to die? Surely you've figured that out already, the amount of death threats that you've sent covertly. Yeah. And overtly. Surely you've realized that's not the case. Yeah. And let me tell you, my spirit is so strong. If I ever die at your hands, me duppy with a haunt you till you kill your own self. Remember me tell you. Yeah. I'm marking it 10. Yeah. And you cannot get through my defensive spiritually. So now you're jumping up, trying to go on like you're doing it physically, lifting weights on me. Well, I'm intimidated. Yeah. And I'm scared. And that's what the police will know. Because you are a wrong un. As we say in East London, you're a total wrong un. Try to deny that you did that to Jennifer Forrest when she was 14 years old. Try to deny it, and we'll just do some DNA tests. Try to deny your picnic, Emmanuel, and we'll just get some DNA tests forced through the courts. How about that, Vincent Rat? Who's a liar here? Yeah? Who's a liar here? How about we do that? Because that is actually what we're campaigning for in the background, is for the police to wake up, bring some charges, and then for social services to start calling all these young girls that would have been presented to them at one point or another, and let's do some DNA tests then. Let it be your own picnic them that sink you, because you're outer order, and it's as simple as that. I'm going to stay on just for an hour today, guys. As I say, I'm tired. Enough as it is, and I've got other things to do. So why send death threats if you're innocent, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. All the complaint where you go complain a police station about me, why haven't they come to me then yet? I've been pulled in for everything else. Why not you, Rat? Because they know as much as we know, yeah? And they know they're dirty handing it as well. You're not the only one I indicted in 2020 in that video. I indicted the Nation of Islam at Hinton Road. You don't know, Rat, that we had a private meeting ordered by Abdul Karim, brother Hillary. We had a private meeting, and my Forever Family comrades at the time came to that online meeting. I was in Tanzania. Forever Family people were here, yeah, and the Nation man were here. So we all jumped onto a Zoom call, ordered by the Nation, or requested by the Nation, I should say. I said, I'm very happy to meet with the brother. And he tried to go on a soapbox, and I wiped the floor with him in that meeting. Yeah? Maybe that's why you're barling about the mosque. I thought you had alliances with them, right? Or is it that they don't want to entertain you anymore after that meeting because they know what I was saying was right? What's going on? And don't bother beg no quabs in at the church neither, because you do that. Any church that takes you up will put the protest at their door. When we do police call-outs, people, or high court or whatever, we never get a lot of people there because we don't expect to. Yeah, it's a rally. It's a demo. It's not a march. Yeah, not everybody comes out for that. And when he talks about only 10 people turned up, we were there before the march, obviously. Yeah. I can bring on my security, if for those of you that doubt it, I can bring on the sound man that drove all the way from Tottenham with his van and the sound system in the back. I can ask the Black Cultural Archives who saw us that day and the bloody police. I spoke to the inspector with the pips on his shoulder. We were reasoning and about to set up when I got the call. The last thing on my mind was to shoot a little video with a distress call from my baby family, yeah? And it was live at the time. She was at the scene, just been assaulted, yeah? And I'm seeing that and worse. You think what I'm thinking of is followers? You think that's what I'm thinking of? It was the sister that was riding with me in the van, because I was actually driving the van myself. It was quite fun, actually. I was driving the van that had the stage in the back, yeah? And when we got that shout, this shout, all of my security rolled with me, because you know it's fire. And it was fire. And I'm glad we got there after the police had taken the individual away. This individual, Lawrence Fournier, yeah? If I'm lying, why am I showing the man's face for? We got there afterwards, and lucky that we did, because the fire, it would have been bad, and actually it would have ended very badly for just about everybody. So I'm really glad that we got our heads together, and you know, it's not that, because I'm telling you that is that instinct to get to that person. It just clouded everything else, as it would. I'm sure everybody can understand that. You know, a dear member of your family is calling you in distress from the scene. What are you going to do? I was making phone calls on the way down. Get down there to my people. You're going to get there quicker than I am. I'm all the way in Brixton. I'm driving. There was a sister that was sat beside me in the vehicle that said, Af, put up something and tell the people them. Because the sisters left at the square. The 10 people you saw were the faithful people that said to me, don't worry about it, Afua. We're going to stay here and make sure that everybody that comes, we show them Wagwan. And everyone knows with the marches, once they see the setup and they hear the music, people start to come down and go, well, it started, let's go. Yeah, you idiot. We're going out on the 2nd. That's what we're doing. It's not the right date. The weather's going to be worse. We're not expecting as bigger numbers as previous years because we're doing it a different date. And why would I cancel it or lie to the people that it was going to be on the 20 whatever? Yeah, the 19th. Why would I lie to them only to bring it back 2 weeks later? You're not thinking, are you? You stop to lie on me because it's all a figment of your imagination. I can back my argument when it comes onto the indictments and the allegations against you. That's what I can do. Yeah? I can back the argument because there's people that, when I say back the argument, I'm not a victim. I can't make the victims keep pursuing it, especially with you floating about. I can't do that. All I've done is raise the awareness of your activities. And I've raised it to people that didn't know about it. And I've given a voice to people that did know about it. Go for the people that you heard on the voice notes, but your victims are so plenty, you don't even know who half of them are half the time. You know that the voice notes with testimony were way more viral than my video in 2020. What came on the back of that? If I did that video, it would not have gone viral if you were innocent. It would not have gone viral at all. It had no legs. It would probably lasted and gone viral a couple of days and gone away. What kept it and keeps it to this day is the testimony of these random people that I never knew from nowhere coming to my inbox with voice notes. These voice notes ended up going viral around WhatsApp, and then some people put them on YouTube, and it just went viral for itself. And those were all people from your community bearing witness. There's one that sticks out in my head, we know, from Jennifer Chance, but there's another one that sticks out in my head. I think I replayed it a few times. And it's a woman, I don't know her, still don't know her, saying, oh my God, I can't believe she said his name. I cannot believe she said his name. And she starts to tell her own story. So she's probably sent it to somebody. They've then put it in a WhatsApp group and it starts spinning around the place. That's how all of these voice notes were going. For those of you that didn't live through what was happening. Put up a one if you remember the voice notes, guys, on the back of my video. What happened next? Because had it not been for those voice notes, my video probably wouldn't have had much legs. It was your community that opened up like a floodgate when I did this one little video. Why did I do the video at that time? Because at that time, it was COVID. I was out of the country. I was living in Tanzania. I had a private conversation with a dear friend of mine, the mother of my child, who's a Brixtonian. We were talking about something else. The subject came up about that person, another person. And we were talking about that person's trauma and how mashed-up they've become. And she attributed it to the fact that this woman had lost the mashed-up woman had lost her baby father many years ago when Brixton police had actually murdered him. And I said, no, that's not where that trauma started. Did you know that Rat raped her when she was 14? And my friend went quiet. And she said, well, anyway, I know that's true. When she finally, I'm going, hello. I thought she'd gone. She went, I know that's true because he did the same to me when I was 12. And then we spent the next how much hour on the phone with her telling me about all these gal that she knows from back in the day in Brixton that have been through the same thing. And I'm thinking, after I put that call down, I couldn't rest. I'm thinking to myself, how are all these little girls, little black girls, going to school in the playground when he's outside the school picking up his young baby mothers or outside the mother and baby unit waiting for the young baby mothers? Yeah? and they know that he's done this to them, they were terrified. They were terrified, people. So how is this man thinking that he can get away with it for a second time around with this kind of foolishness? You're going to hell is where you're going. And I am ordained to do this work. So ask yourself that, Rat. I'm ordained to do it. I explained to you guys last week, I don't really want to. I'm tired. I've done enough. But I keep on going because that is what I'm instructed to do. It's a day named day when the Father says, move. Done with that now. It will be over. It will be over. Yeah? Or if the Father sees it fit to martyr me in this cause at the hands of these people, that's all gravy too. I know that I will take my position where I'm supposed to. And God see and know. My spirit will roam this earth. I'm not afraid. And I just want to be an example to all victims, especially his ones. What is there to be afraid of? What's he got? What's he going to do? Yeah? All he can do is hide in the shadows like the rat that he is and do ratish things to harm people. Well, I, for one, am not afraid of that. Yeah? And like I said in the first video, you're no longer a bad man. You're an old man. That's what you are. You look like Long John Silver with the limp. You know, give it up. And you got grandpit of them to sit down with. I'm sure you got plenty. You need to find them. So I could rant on for an extra hour about this, people. I'll put the link out. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. That's not going to intimidate us. It's not. You could be stand up there with a bag of man dressed in black ballies and some straps. It still wouldn't intimidate me. So you doing bench press rather badly, yeah, is really not going to make a dent, is it? And we will be there on the 2nd. So your little call and your cry, it's not working. We're going to be there on the 2nd of November, unless the police tell us otherwise. And the likelihood is, if the police are going to intervene in any way in that regard, because our marches have always been very peaceful, apart from you agitators, yeah, you and bloody Milton McGowan. So if you lot come with a bag of that, you're all going to get nicked. That's what's going to happen. Because we are exercising our democratic right to protest. That's all we're doing. And the police know that. And why would they tell us that we can't? They've never told us that we can't. You have a risk assessment, or the police have a risk assessment, because you have to do that if you're having an event. You have to liaise with the local authority. You have to liaise with the local police. That's the best way to do it, so that the police don't come and disrupt your march. They support it. And as you've seen, Rat, when they led you away in 2021, the police support his time is up marches. Yeah? So right now, the police have got a risk assessment. They had it from last week, but it's been updated now since you had your little jolly in the gym with you, and you are all over it. So come if you like, disrupt if you like, but it won't bode well for you, because we ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm not doing nothing wrong. You understand me? And I'm just going to go on fire for this, because you're bang out of order and you're a bully. And all I see in front of me is Chooks Chidozie when I was 8 years old. Yeah? So that's what it is. And I'll tell you another thing. If you came one-to-one, Rat, and took my security aside, if you managed to breach it in any way and tried to come to me one-to-one, you're going to understand what it is to be in a fight, because I'm not that girl. I am not that woman, Rat. And you don't know me. You don't know where I've worked, my training. You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I'm capable of myself. But let's go hand to hand, Rat. We don't need guns or knives. Come to me for you, one-on-one, me and you in the square. I'm offering you out. Yeah? I'm offering you out. Let's do it. Let's have a straightener, Rat, because it seems like that's what you need. Let's have a straightener, me and you, 2nd of November, 12 p.m., Windrush Square. Let's have a straightener. I'll tell my security to fall back. How about that? And I bet I bounce your little Long John Silver ass up and down Windrush Square. How about that? Bring out the testosterone in me. I'm a lady. I'm a female. How dare you threaten me? How dare you? How dare you? We've done nothing wrong. You know what you did. You know you terrorized your own community for how many years. You know what you've done and how much you've sold out your own people. You know. You know. You understand? You know. in yourself, and the Father knows. So at the end of the day, you can stop fronting because it won't wash over here. Okay, I'm putting the link out, guys. Jump on if you want to jump on. Wish this guy could see into my life. I really do, because then he would know that whatever he's doing here, it's not working for him. Not working for him. It really isn't working for him. It really isn't. It don't land. It don't land. Do I look frightened? I'm not frightened of you. You're a rat. Your name justifies you. And at the end of the day, too many of us have suffered. And for him to try and flip the script as well about her time is up and community come together, you're going to find out that the only people that come around you is the same nasty people that we've called out. That's what you're going to find. And one or two other of your own cronies. Thank you, sisters. I put it up last week. You saw that live last week. You know those women were there to turn everybody back. And they had to turn people back. I think one of our mods was even there. Yeah. It is what it is, guys. There's the link. Let me know if you're going to jump on. If not, I'm going to wrap it up real quick tonight. People. Here we go. Let's see who this is. Blessed love, sis. Unmute your mic for me, please, sister. Sister Lorna. Unmute your mic for me, please. If you really want to come on. How to?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't put my picture on because I've got my
No,
night
that's
clothes
fine,
on.
sis. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Go ahead, my sister. Blessed love.
I've been following this and I'm quite interested in this. And I think it's fantastic what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you
I
very
mean,
much.
nowhere near London, but I just think it's fantastic because some of these men get away with too much.
Thank you.
Too much. And the fact that he's been, I've heard of him before, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of him before because he used to run a security firm or something with dogs.
Right. Rat, yes, that's right. Rat Security, it was called.
Yes, I've heard of him before, and I've heard all sorts of whispers about him, but it looks like people were too scared to say anything.
Absolutely is the case. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, keep on fighting.
I can hear your accent that you're outside of London. I don't know if it's Birmingham or somewhere in the Midlands, but you know, the news travels, and across the Black community, he was known all over the country, actually.
Yes, he was. He was.
Yes. And it wasn't for good things, as far as I know.
No, no.
That's right. That's right, my sister. Thanks for bearing witnesses, because this man is completely delusional. He thinks he's got a community to stand up for him. And it's really quite sad. It's very sad.
It is.
Because he's a human being, right? He was a baby once. He gives honor to his mother and father. Lovely, great stuff. But I don't know if he's dishonoring his mum and dad, because I don't know them and I wouldn't disrespect them. I don't know them. But, you know, he's a monster. And you're either disrespecting your mother and father because they raised you well and you've become a monster in your own right, or they raised a monster. It's one of the two, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's just ridiculous, sis. But thank you. Thank you very much, sis. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just following this case. And I hope you do get justice for these the victims. I hope they do get justice.
Thank you, sis. But you know what? Wherever you are, sis, tell your neighbor, tell your friend, speak to your sisters, whoever is around you. Organize yourselves and try to come down next week, because we have to stand together. And there's no way that we're going to get any kind of justice unless we join together, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Thank you so much, Sister Lorna. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, bless her. Bless her cotton socks. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, my people. One more chance. If anyone else wants to jump on, let me know. There's 378 people on this live, Vincent Rat. And anyway, there's 378 people on this live. Like the live, subscribe and share, because that helps to bring it up in the algorithm and spread the message even more effectively. That's what it helps to do. I'm lost for words, people. I haven't got anything else to say. Bless Sister Lorna for real. Bless up Brown Sugarful. I just saw you there. Bless up my sister. Bless up all of the regulars and all of the His Time Is Up family. You guys know who you are. We will be there on the 2nd of November. Come out and support. Hopefully we're not going to get rain. I think we might, and that's going to be quite difficult. We've never had rain at the His Time Is Up marches. Last weekend was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day for it. It just didn't happen. It would have been the best day for it. So I'm really praying that we get some sort of weird Indian summer that goes into early November and that we can still do what we have to do, you know. Don't the clocks go back tomorrow or tomorrow night? Do the clocks go back tomorrow night, guys? I'm not sure if they do. I'm actually not sure if they do. Proper one if they do. I'm going to look online in a minute. I'm pretty sure they do. So, my people, that's the story for today. I literally wanted to come on, and yes, they do. Thank you. I literally wanted to come on and rant and rave about him because I'm not going to bow down. Yeah? I'll give as good as I get. Don't send direct threats to me. Who do you actually think you are? You are not the creator himself. And that's the only guy I answer to. Ask my baby fathers. If I bow down. Not baby fathers, actually. Ask the one you know. If I bow down, because he's a bully just like you and all. And he got to run for his money. He realized very quickly that he can't bully me. You can't bully me, rat. Send who you want to send, because you certainly can't do it yourself. Look at you. You're on your way out. You're old. You're old and crippled. So you certainly can't do nothing yourself. All you can do is chat up your gums and try send things for me. That's all you can do. Be a man and come in the square, because I can be an alpha female if you want me to. Come in the square and let's have a straightener. I swear down. I'm really serious, you know, people. Let's have a straightener. Seeing as you like to make threats to people, seeing as the police won't apprehend you the way they ought to, yeah? Let's have a straightener then. Me and you, yeah? I'm taller than you. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty much sure of it that I'm taller than you. And you seem to have little man syndrome. That's your problem, yeah? I like you the best when you try and violate a girl like me. I like you lot the best, yeah? It won't go like that. But guys, let's keep it clean and let's keep it civil. Okay, I shall see you guys next week in the run up to His Time Is Up March 2022. Everything is on point for it to be recreated 2 weeks later, and we're going to be doing what we're doing. The only thing is that I want to put a shout out for. I had to pay security last week, and I also had to give the sound man a little something. They give him full whack, but I gave him something, you know. And so we need to fundraise again. In the description afterwards, I'm going to put up the what do you call it? GoFundMe. I'm also going to make it really clear. I don't want to pull down the GoFundMe. I'd like to keep it where it is. Actually, it does say £3,000 or thereabouts on it, but that has been raised. The bulk of that was raised in 2021 when I did the first march. Since then, in 2022, I hardly pushed a fundraiser. Too tough. And I did actually. I did push the fundraiser, but we didn't get as much money. And somebody said to me, do a whole new fundraiser, because psychologically people think, well, I'm not putting into it. She's got $3,000 already. It's not the case. Security cost $5,000 in 2021. Do the maths. And we only raised 3. So what does that mean then? Who paid for the rest? Do you know what I mean? So want to fundraise, and that's what we're going to do. We need to cover our costs and our expenses, and people want the event, and that's what we're doing. It's pretty normal. Guys, see you next week. See you on the gram during the week. We're going to push, make sure the word gets out there. We can't take for granted that people will know. So share and share and share as much when you see the post come up, as much as you can. And I'll see you guys in the square in person on the 2nd. But I'll definitely be back here next week, Friday. We're going to be doing a pre-march live and drumming up as much support as we possibly can. All right, guys. Good night, community. Make sure that whatever you do this weekend, you enjoy it. And you enjoy who you're doing it with. Blessed love, my people. Blessed love.